I am the host for Talent Talk. And Talent Talk is an initiative of Hailers where professionals, experts come to share insights and tell us their story. And today I have an amazing guest with me today, Eyimofe, a student of English and literary studies. You can see how she's smiling. I love the big grins, yes. And she's a spoken word artist, she's an actor, she's a writer, she's literally everything in between. A woman or a lady that wears so many hats and wears them well. She advocates for being seen and being heard, and her work is driven towards the ills in the society. And we will find out more about her on Talent Talk. So, Eyimofe, thank you for joining us and welcome. We're glad to have you here today. How are you feeling? Can you hear me?
Thank you. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. How are you feeling? You look all excited. I'm actually
It's good to
excited to
be
have you
here. Good
here.
evening, everyone. Thank you
The
so much
last
for
time
having
we
me.
were having this conversation, it wasn't so smooth, but today yeah, the universe is on our side. Okay, great. Um, First of all, I would like to ask you a question that happens to be one of the favorite questions we ask our guests on Talent Talk. And you are a spoken word artist, you are a writer, you're an actor, you're everything in between. What got you into this?
Okay, so this is actually funny to me because it's more repetition of last week's, but no problem. I'll gladly do that. Um, that's through my dad. He's an artist. He's a theater person. So whenever he organizes programs, his theater programs, he just pushes me into it to do a poetry performance. And I started with other people's poems, reciting poems of Wole Soyinka, Khalid Imam, Nini Oshundare, and the likes of them. And then one day he called me out. And the thing is, when I started performing others at those events, I used to be very excited because I'd be like, okay, people love this thing. People love that a young girl performances at age 9. So people used to clap for me. They used to be so happy when I get down the stage. Some people will come hug me, like, wow, you're so young and you're doing this. So I started liking it, like, oh. And then I continued and continued until one day my dad called again and said, you can't continue with other people's poems. You have to start writing your own. And then I started. He put me on the one poem a day challenge, and I continued at it, even though I stopped at some point. But I was doing it, and I think I got consistent, and that's what brought me to this point. Yeah, so that was it. I didn't enter art. I didn't start poetry and spoken word artistry on my own. It started from my dad who pushed me into it. Push is such a strong word, but yeah, he introduced me to it, and that's how it started.
That's amazing to hear. Your father, okay, we're not going to use the word push. It's a strong word, like you said. He introduced you to it and he made you
Yeah.
fall in love with art because that is what he does. Now, what role as a person who have experienced what the dad does and literally introduced you into it, and then you also fell in love with it at a very young age, what role do you think parents play in determining what their child or your word does in terms of
Okay,
career
so
and talent?
mm, so yeah, I think parents play a very huge role because they say I don't know the exact statement, but of course, family is the beginning of a society. Whatever a person becomes, it has to do with their upbringing, the family they came from, the society they grew up in, the country they grew up in. So I believe that if a child has a talent and the family are in support of it, that child would definitely go far. And for those who their parents are not in support of their talent, it limits them. It limits
Mm,
them. They're unable to express, they're unable to bloom because of that limitation, because of the constraints that their family has on them. So I believe that if a person has a talent and they have parents that are in support of it, because our parents, in some cases, they do know more than us, and in other
mhm,
cases we actually know more than them. So if the parents see that this child has this talent and they know the prospect of that talent and they help the child, they support the child, I mean, blooms. But then if the parents do not support that child, the child is unable to go on with that. But if the parents know that this thing that this child is venturing into is not very, it's not, it doesn't have good prospects, of course that's a good way to say, child, I know that you love this thing, but if you do this thing, what's the end goal for you? I believe communication matters in every sphere of life, in relationships, in friendship. Communication matters a lot. So if a child wants to do something and you walk up and they walk up to their parents and be like, that mom, dad, I want to venture into music and I need your support. I need funds. I need you to invest in my dream. And the parents know that music is actually a good. Hello, can you hear me?
okay, I think your network had a glitch there, but I think I got you. Parents support and all of the above. Now, talking about support, I know you literally mentioned that word a whole lot when you were giving this insight. How do one as a child, as a sibling, make your parents support you? Because there are instances where you tell your mom and your dad, okay, I want to be a musician, and they're like, no, you have to be a doctor, you have to be a lawyer. How can you persuade? Let's use the word persuade. How can you persuade them to make them see that this is really what I'm good at and this is what I want to do, for them to give you that support? And I would also want to add their blessing.
Okay. This is a very interesting question. But then I like to say first, I'm very privileged because I had my parents support me, support every of my steps, every of my dreams. They've been supporting me right from time. But for someone who has it difficult to convince their parents, that's what I was saying earlier, that communication matters a lot. You know that this
Mhm.
is your dream and you know that it's nothing illegal. I'll use music
Yeah.
again, for instance, because that seems to be one of the most common things that people want to do, that their parents do not allow them to do. So someone wants to do music, but their parents says no. I think, okay, it might sound really weird that I'm saying talk to them, but really talk to them. I feel like a parent should understand. There are some who do not understand, but there's a way you talk to them and explain why you are so interested in this thing. Probably show them. Okay, now let me use this example. So it's not about
Mhm.
a talent or whatever. It's about an event I was supposed to attend. I really
Mhm.
wanted to attend this event and I was selected for it already. And then I told my dad that I wanted to go, but he said, no, I can't go. I've forgotten the reason he mentioned, but he just said, no, I can't go. I tried all my possible best to convince him. I told him. So I went to the Instagram page of the organizers of that program. I told him, okay, this is what they do. They are into innovative ideas, transformation, youth development, and all that. And I was like,
Mhm.
wow, this is so good. So I think that's one thing I would say. You need to make them find reason. They should
Mhm.
find reason in that thing you are doing, because no parent will want to spend money on their child or invest in their child to let them go do rubbish or let them go um put down their family's name. No, parents, as much as it might sound like, oh, my parents hate me, they don't want me to do this, they love you. They love you and they want what's best for you. So that's why trying to make them see reason in that thing that you're doing, showing them other people that have succeeded in that thing, and proving to them that you are up to the task, proving to them that you're serious about it. So I've had someone confide in me before that her parents are not in support of her writing. And I told her, have you written something and shown them? Have you written and
Mhm.
submitted to online contests? Because if you submit to for an online contest and you win the sum of, let's say, 50,000 naira, will your parents not be happy? So I think they really need something to push them to allow you to do these things. So making them find reason and proving to them that you're up to the task are reasons that will definitely allow them to support you. That's what I think.
I totally agree with you on that, Eyimofe. When you're able to provide a reason as to this is why I want to do this, and this is the value I am getting from this. It makes them feel safe because I know most of the time they just want us to feel safe and not drift apart doing what we're not supposed to do and wasting time. Now, you do a whole lot, a whole lot, a whole lot. I'm stressing
Yeah.
that fact. What part of this people don't get to see that you know and you've not even talked about?
Hmm.
Just
Um,
smiling.
I might have to think of it and okay, I think I have my answer. That's I do voiceovers and I think is that it? I think that is really because I haven't really tapped into that. I only do voiceovers for my videos, my vlogs, but I haven't really done voiceovers for like advertisements and all that. I know that instead of waiting for the big people to reach out to me and say, "Oh, we need you to do this voiceover for us," I have to do something. I have to put myself out for myself, and I believe that and see that I'm serious about it. So I think it's the voiceover part. So I get, I have people tell me, can you hear me? I just
Yes,
want
I
to be
can.
sure. Okay. So I have people tell me that, oh, your voice will be good for a voiceover and all that. And I know, and I'm definitely interested in it, but I haven't really settled down to tap into that niche. But I've been doing it underneath. So I think that's it. Every other thing, I do them in the open, like acting. I recently just started putting myself out in the aspect of acting, so I put out monologues online and
Mhm.
I apply for auditions as well. And I've gone for a few auditions. Even though I'm not on the big screen yet, I have a few films that I've featured in. And then spoken word artistry, which just got to be the major thing that I'm into. That one everybody knows. So I think voiceover artistry is the thing. But I'm looking forward to, putting myself out there. Yeah.
Speaking of the compliments you get about the voice, yes, you have an amazing voice. Your
Thank
voice is
you.
spectacular, right? I think you should
Yeah.
sing lullabies to kids and just have them record that and shout so you
I
can
do
make
that
some
to my
money.
little ones.
Yeah, your voice is amazing. I love the fact that you
Thank you so
self-approve
much.
yourself and whatever the other person says, oh, you're not listening to that. Awesome. And your voiceover artistry, your spoken word artistry. Now, when people see what you do, it's not the contemporary kind of professional career. Let me use the word career. Have you ever been asked, like, why are you doing that? What are you gaining from that before?
Hmm. Actually, I have never been asked that really. I don't think I have.
Mhm.
Because the people around me are people who are in I surround myself with people who support my dreams really. And I don't think I've been in a situation whereby someone is saying things like, "Waiting you did do self, like why you did waste your time for this kind thing." You get, so I don't think I've experienced that before. But even if I do, because I mean, since I'm going fully into it and it's getting bigger and bigger every day, even if someone comes to me with such attitude, I'll tell them, like, this is what I'm doing. This is what brings me happiness. So you
Mm-hmm.
can't come and, excuse me to use this illustration, you can't come and pour sansan inside my gari. I'm happy doing this, and everybody around me supports what I'm doing. So I don't need validation from you or anything. So I think that's just it, really.
Okay, so like the Gen Zs will say, cluck it, cluck it, cluck it, cluck it. You know,
Yeah, fuck
you can't
it.
pour sansan on my Gary. That is, I love
Exactly.
that part. It shows the Nigerian attitude in you, and everywhere will go
Oh
like,
yeah.
can't talk down on what I'm doing. This is what gives me happiness. You use the word happiness, and it wasn't even about the money. First of all, it's the fulfillment you're getting from what you're doing that even matters the most. Thank you so much for that. You just reminded me to tell myself you're doing well. So clock it, clock it, clock it.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, so I realized that you had an independence performance. How was it? Tell us how it went. Hello, can you hear me?
Really, that is- oh my God.
Okay.
Please, can you
Okay, I realized
can you take the
I
question
want
again?
you
I
to
need to.
tell me how your independence performance went.
Oh, okay. The one I tell you, oh, I need to be sure which one you're talking about. Okay, the one I voted last for
Yes,
this year's independence.
yes, yes, yes.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay, so there's not much to it actually. So there's this event that I was invited to perform at, the Agora policy reform initiative, something like that. And I was invited to perform there, and they told me what they were looking at, the theme I should write around, and I just sat down as usual and did my thing. And usually my poems don't exceed, they don't stretch up to 2 minutes. And my dad has been always nagging at me because of that. Like, you're supposed to make it longer sometimes and all that. But then this one, they decided to so they told me it had to be around 3 to 5 minutes. And I'm like, oh, wow, this is something I have not done before, but it would be nice to challenge myself. So I just did, really. The theme was, can I remember this? But the theme was something around enlightening people. They should uh, it's something around voting and local government reforms. Yeah, it's local government reforms. We had a discussion around local government reforms, and I was to write on um, sensitizing people to vote for that people should not be apathetic towards voting and all that. So that was it. And then I just thought to myself, how should I portray this thing? How should I even come with it? And then I started with there is fire on this mountain. And that's
Hmm.
such a deep line. That's really such a deep line. And the line just brought everything together. It took me about 4 days to write that poem. That's the longest. That's the longest it
Wow.
has ever taken me to write a poem. Except I'm just lazy. I don't spend more than 2 days writing a poem. Except I just want to lazy around it. But this one took me about 4 days because I kept writing and rewriting and rewriting and rewriting because I wanted it to have that value. I wanted it to have that value in it so people can understand is necessary. And then there was also a part where I threw some shades to the local government officials, being attentive to the people and all that. And actually, the event happened on the 22nd of July, but I didn't post it. I don't know why I did not post it. I just decided to leave it in my until the next event. I was like, I have this one. Should I post it? I kept thinking to myself, is it necessary for me to post this? Because it's not really in line. This is focused on local government reforms, but then this
Mm.
is independence, which carries the whole of Nigeria.
Independence, yes.
But after a while, I consulted my dad, and he was like,
Mhm.
well, this is perfect to share since we're still talking about Nigeria and the government. And then I put it out. It did really well, better than all of my videos. But I'm glad that people got the value in it. People understood exactly what my point was with the poem. Yeah.
I mean, that's part of what you promote, right? I know on your bio you said you promote diversity, inclusivity, respect for humanity, and that is how you're able to speak for people to understand. So yeah, I think it falls in line with what you do. Now, while you were speaking, you said it takes you 2 days to write a poem, and this brings me to asking you, how are you able to manage all of the things you are doing? Because do you get burnt out? Do you experience burnout? Is there a part of this job, I'm going to call it a job, that you do not like, or people don't know, but you always have to show up?
Okay, so I believe that everybody gets burnt out. I mean, it's work, just like you said, it's a job. I'm doing a job like someone who is in a construction site. It's just the only difference is that mine is thinking. It has to do with critical thinking, creative thinking. So yeah, I do get burnt out. And how do I manage all of these? That question no one has ever asked me before. No one has. But yeah, it's because I I prioritize things. So I'm mostly always entering for competitions. And they're mostly spoken word or acting monologue challenges. So I always look at deadlines. Which deadline comes first, like which one is closer, and then I try to work on that one first and put it out. Speaking right now, I have about 3 pieces to put out before the end of October. I don't know how I want to do that. Two of them are video content that I have to put out. I really don't know how I'm gonna do that, but I know I will. So I just prioritize these things. Whatever needs me to do a video, I put it first because I have to write, I have to memorize, and I have to shoot the video as well. But if it's just writing poetry and submitting it, or writing and posting, that one I can even do it 2 days before. But a video content, I have to take time, at least 5 days, to make sure that everything is in place for me to put it out. So I really just prioritize things. It gets too much sometimes, really, because of school work. I'm on holiday now, that's why I'm able to do things like, you know. But now that I'm resuming school, it's going to be a lot for me, I know, because school can be a lot on its own. So now merging these things together is a lot. But then I try to prioritize, like I said, and I try my possible best to make out time for the things that are important. Because of course there are sometimes I want to just sit down and scroll, watch videos, or probably watch a movie, or just go out for fresh air and not do anything. But when I know that something important is in front of me, I know that I have to just go ahead and do these things. So yeah, prioritizing helps me a lot. It helps me a whole lot. So that's how I'm able to just manage everything together. And then
I
because I
hope.
know that
Go ahead, please.
okay, because I know that spoken word poetry is the major thing that I do, I put more
Mhm.
time and effort into that as well. Voiceover artistry, like I said, I haven't really tapped into that, so it's more like it's dormant, really. And then acting, acting is a whole dimension on its own. So that one, I know that if I have an acting gig, I know that I'm putting my all into this thing. I'm putting all my time, all my effort. But I think what gets most of my time is spoken word, because that's the major thing that I do. But yeah.
I totally relate with that, prioritizing what you do, because I know that I also have a lot of videos on my drafts that I've not even put out, and I'm so lazy to do it. But yeah, I love to just scroll and see what people do, but I'm not doing nothing. That's funny. So, how has, the AI impacted the originality of your work? Because like AI is buzzing right now and everybody's literally scared with this popular phrase, AI is coming for our jobs. How do you how do you feel about this?
Okay. Unlike other people, I'm not scared about AI coming for our jobs. I know that AI is moving fast, like it's coming so fast and it's taking over so many things. But I know that AI cannot make me jobless. Of course, I've seen some films that people do with AI and it looks so real. Not films really, but short videos. But of course, if they can do these things with short videos, they can definitely do it, adapt it into a film or something. But I've also seen people write poems with AI. I've seen people do these things with AI. But I'm like, even if AI wants to take over everything, it cannot take over everything because originality, authenticity is gold. So
Mm-hmm.
no matter how people are going for fast thing, easy thing, something that will not take much of their money or take much of their time or take much effort, authenticity is key. So I believe that if people want the value that they need in films, in poetry, in most of these things out there, they will definitely look for real humans to do them. So I'm not really scared about AI. But of course, AI really helps because I've had to use AI. I've had to use AI a lot of times really. And then when I write a poem finish, I take it to AI and say, what do you think about this poem? Do you think it passes across this message? And it tells me, oh yeah, it passes across this message. Or it tells me that it's close, but it's not there. And so I have to go and refine it. Of course, it's not like I cannot just do something and post it like that, like knowing that I've passed out my message. But just to get that extra, and no, I shouldn't call it validation, but extra whatever sure. But just to know that okay, I'm doing the right thing, the perfect thing, I just put it out there to consult AI. What do you think about this thing, buddy? And it just tells me. Yeah, so I think AI is helping out. It can only come as a helpmate. It cannot take our jobs.
Yeah, it absolutely can take our jobs because people need authenticity and that's the value you're giving. So are you for or against AI? This is a direct question. Is a yes or no?
I am for AI. For
Oh, okay. Now I understand why you call AI your buddy, right? Because it knows my name.
yeah.
So, it's been a wonderful interaction with you, and you said a whole lot that I admire. I see the strength and resilience, see how you're pushing yourself forward. It's amazing. Kudos to you, Eyimofe. In your world presently, are there role models you look up to? And do you have any form of future collaborations that, oh, I want to work with this person? You mentioned Wole Soyinka. Is that in your bucket list to want to work with him one day?
Hmm. Funny enough, I haven't really thought about meeting Wale Soyinka or doing anything with him or stuff. But this might sound funny and like very different from what you might be expecting me to say. But I look forward to working with Funke Akindele. I know you might be expecting me to say, like, talk about someone in the spoken word field or poetry field, but then Funke Akindele is one person I look forward to working with because I see her resilience, I see how hardworking she is, and how she produces value every single time she drops a film. So I really would love to work with her because, I mean, it's just it's just something I've been thinking whenever I'm praying to God and I'm adding anything related to my career into my collaboration with her.
Interesting. Amazing. I honestly wasn't expecting to hear from Kia Kindele, but then you were also an actor, so it tilts towards whatever you do and be wanting to work with her and seeing her as a role model that also helps you build your craft in the best way possible. Yes, that's amazing. You have really, really digested a whole lot of these questions I've asked you today, and I couldn't be more proud to have been the person who interviewed you. Kudos to myself. Yeah.
Kudos
I
to
am riding with a
you.
superstar. Yeah, you've been smiling. I think I need to learn how to smile more because it just makes it look like you're too serious. And my guest is just
Oh no,
smiling.
you've been doing well. I just
Oh,
smiled
thank
too
you.
much.
Oh, thank you, mademoiselle. Thank you so much. I wasn't expecting that. Thank you. Okay. So, Eyimofe, I would love to continue having this conversation with you, but we gotta go, right? We gotta go and do something
I
else.
understand.
I told you I still have some content in my draft that I haven't posted, and I don't want to be
Yeah, please go do those.
criticized. So I gotta run along to go post those videos and see if a potential Funky Akindele is gonna find me somewhere, and I'm gonna hit you up and say, "Hey, girl, we have somebody on the list."
Hilarious.
All right. So we have a tradition here with Halas, and we just want you to give us your last words, but not your last words to people who decide to want to do what you're doing. Either they want to transition from something else or they're about to start. Your last words, and after that, you just hail us and we close. And the way you hail us is just it's two hands up in the air and you say, Eyimofe,
Okay.
I didn't hail you now. Whatever, just freestyle, do your thing. I would have asked you to give us a monologue. I don't know if time is going to permit me, but if it is, then you are giving us an on the spot monologue. So you have three things to do, and your
Ooh.
time starts now. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, okay. Okay, so my last words, yeah. I'm just going to say to anyone who wants to I'm just going to make this very general, um not tailored to creative art or whatever. I'm just going to say that if you are doing anything, so long as you love to do it, just do it and be consistent at it because consistency is key.
Mhm.
Consistency is key, just like they always say. So keep showing up, keep doing it, even if you're unsure, even if you think it's messy, even if you think you're not ready. If you think you're not ready, I think you should be ready. It depends on the kind of ready you think you're not ready, but just do it, really. Just do anything that you think you're interested in doing because there's no better time to start than now. There are some things that I wish I started years ago. Because if I started years ago, I would definitely be better at it now. I would have gone farther than I am now. So just start, really. Just do that thing. So long as it makes you happy. Do not shy away. Don't chicken away. Just do it. And you'll be good. I believe. I believe I can fly.
We got wings
uh,
so we can fly.
yes, please. Okay, so am I doing the hill thing now? Uh,
You're gonna give us a monologue before you hail us. So think of something really
oh,
fast. I mean, you have wings, you can fly. You can start with, oh, I have wings. Oh, I can fly.
okay. Ooh. They think they can stop me. They think I can't do it. But one thing about me is I'll always show them. I'll always show the world the wonder that is me so they can see. Say me self no small. I think I'm done.
Okay, I'm gonna try to mimic you. They think they're small. Hey people, I'm not small.
Exactly, like that's
I am not
it.
small. I got wings
Period.
and I can fly. Cluck it, cluck it, cluck it, cluck it.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, you can now hear us so we can fly, spread our wings and fly, right? And you move, I give me wings so I can fly today. Killers didn't give me wings. Ah,
All right, Taylor. Was I the Halo?
ah,
Thank you for having me.
oh my God. I had so much fun doing this with you, Eyimofe.
Same
Thank you so
here.
much for being with us here on Talent Talk. And if there's anything I got from you is consistency, put yourself out there. Fear is on the other, your success is on the other side of fear. Do not wait. I mean, you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you. If I'm to add that, but
Period.
consistency, keep doing your thing, keep showing up. That is what I got from this whole conversation today. And thank you so much. And another thing, kudos to your parents. I think I want to be like them. I'm gonna give them the support you've taught me to be a good parent, and I eventually have one. So yeah, I gotta support my kids, right? Thank you so much, Eyimofe. I would love to do
Oh,
this with you again. And I think the next time I'm gonna be having this conversation with you, I would have seen you in one of the Funke Akindele's movie. Nothing is too small to dream. So yes, see you
oh,
guys.
thank you so
From me
much.
and the entire crew on Talent Talk, it is a bye for now. See ya. Have a wonderful
Alrighty.
weekend. Bye.
Bye.